Hi there. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to Power Automate, one of the members of the Microsoft Power Platform. We're going to talk about what is Power Automate and how it benefits us. We'll take a brief look at the Power Automate homepage before looking at 3 of the products that make up Power Automate. We'll consider the features of cloud flows, automations in the cloud, before looking at business process flows relevant to working with our Dataverse tables, and also desktop flows. We'll finish off by considering Power Automate and how AI Builder can be relevant to it. Power Automate is fundamentally a product set that allows you to automate data-related business workflows. They essentially make us more efficient in what we do. And we can consider this in 3 different ways. Personal productivity, allowing us to be that little bit more effective at our personal projects, which could include processing emails. Team productivity, involving more people, more structured processes, such as the authorization of design documents. And beyond this, we have organization productivity. Those tasks within the organization that are critical to its success, where we'd like to ensure that there's a real consistency of approach. And one example of this could be the automation of new employee onboarding tasks to ensure that they're set up on payroll, they have the right equipment, and all of the licenses that they need in order to get their job done. There are 3 key Power Automate flow types. Firstly, cloud flows, automations in the cloud that make use of the Power Platform connector framework in order to perform a range of bespoke tasks. And we'll be working with these. Business process flows change the way in which we create records within our model-driven apps. And there are finally Power Automate desktop flows, which perform actions as if we were sat at our own computer. Whilst cloud flows and business process flows are authored within your Power Platform environments, Power Automate desktop flows are authored within a desktop product. I'm now going to discuss the Power Automate homepage that you would find at make.powerapps.com. At position 1 on the image on the right hand side, we can see the waffle and the sidebar. The waffle grid allows us to navigate to other Microsoft 365 products, and the sidebar offers us access to a series of menus that allow us to create new flows, identify flows that we've already created, as well as looking at Power Automate approvals, the solutions that exist within your environments, and further features. At position 2, we can search for flows. At position 3, we can see our environments, the one that we're currently working in, as well as looking at settings within our environments. At position 4, we can use natural language to enable us to start building a flow with Copilot. And in position 5, we can investigate learning paths that may be appropriate for the learning experience that we'd like to have. Finally, at position 6 in the bottom left hand side, there's a chatbot that can give us support for Power Automate. So what are Power Automate cloud flows? Cloud flows are a core automation capability of Power Automate that allow businesses and users to focus on what matters and automate the rest. They are data actions that exist within the cloud that can be triggered in a range of ways that are authored within our Power Platform environments, and as we'll see later, can exist within our Power Platform solutions. They make full use of the Power Platform connector framework, and as such, within the context of a cloud flow, you can have multiple products working together. Now, these may be Microsoft products such as Teams and SharePoint, but they could also be third-party products such as SAP or Oracle. And we'll discuss the connector framework in more detail in future videos. The power of cloud flows is they consistently execute structured actions and they'll follow any logic that we provide it with. Once a cloud flow has been written, it will run in the same way as it's been written over and over again, giving us more time to get work done. The term that we use for initiating cloud flow is triggering. And cloud flows can be triggered in a range of ways. Instantly, with a click of a button, on a scheduled basis, such as daily, hourly, or weekly, or on an automated basis, such as a new record within a database or a new item within a SharePoint list. So how do we start writing cloud flows? Firstly, we'd go to make.powerautomate.com. And once we're there, we can use Copilot to start writing a flow for us using natural language. We could also use a flow template. These are flows that have already been written that require a small amount of configuration in order to help them to work for us. Finally, many flows are built from blank. We identify the trigger that's needed for it to start, and we introduce and configure all of the actions that we require for our flow to run. During this course, we will be creating cloud flows using Copilot, flow templates, and we'll be using Power Automate to edit flows that we've already built. Business process flows are a different type of Power Automate automation. They are Dataverse table specific, and they're predominantly visible in the context of model-driven apps. They provide a step-by-step visual guide to ensure that users using the model-driven app can complete the form in the way that the organization intends it to be completed. It ensures consistent data entry in a specific order. In the image on the right-hand side, we can see that there are 4 stages: qualify, develop, propose, and close. In the qualify stage, we can see there are 7 columns that need to be completed. And once they are completed, you can advance to the next stage. They're affected by any role-based security that applies to your tables. And they're triggered by the creation of a new record within your Dataverse database. The value of a business process flow is it has a really structured way of ensuring that data is completed, and it ensures the right amount of information is completed before advancing to further stages. Power Automate desktop flows are another type of automation. They fall into a family of products known as robotic process automation, or RPA. And they behave as if the user is actually performing the actions on their own computer. They're authored via a desktop product, and you'll be most likely to use them when a connector does not already exist for the task that you're trying to complete. And this might well be because you're dealing with legacy systems in your organization. There are 2 ways in which desktop flows can be made to run. They can run on an attended basis, which means that the user is at the computer whilst the desktop flow is running, or they can be made to run on an unattended basis on a virtual computer. AI Builder offers a series of AI models that can allow us to be more productive. Whilst they're pre-configured, they can be configured by us further in order to meet our business needs. You can create your own model, or you can use pre-built models. And examples of these are image text extraction, extraction of data from invoices, sentiment analysis that may help us understand how happy or unhappy our clients may be, as well as offering translation services. I hope you found this introduction to Power Automate useful, and I'll see you in future videos.